Hi, we're groups 9 and 10. Chapter 9, Shall We Drink Pee? Here's a question. Would you drink water if you knew that it once looked like this? Here's what you need to know. Every time wastewater is dumped into the ocean, it won't be reusable until the hydrologic cycle begins, which could take more than over hundreds of years. Water from homes, farming and agriculture, and industrialization is either sunk down into water tables that lead out into the ocean or just dumped straight into the ocean. It's never to be reused, and it's ultimately lost until the hydrologic cycle runs its course. Millions of gallons of water are lost every year due to these unsustainable means. So, what is reclaimed water? It's water that's been used and polluted, then sent to water plants to be filtered. The water that was once toxic is now clean enough to use for services that don't involve ingesting the water. Activities such as washing your car, watering your garden, and maintaining a golf course. However, research shows that you are at a higher risk of ingesting contaminants if you drink reclaimed water.
Is it better? Oh, shit. The presence of pharmaceuticals in our water has become a growing concern. When we take these drugs, they end up in our wastewater. The parts of the drug that isn't absorbed is expelled when you use the bathroom. In 2008, the Associated Press conducted a 5-month inquiry that found pharmaceuticals in the drinking water supplies of 41 million Americans. These drugs suspended in the water aren't easily removed from the water, and most treatment facilities aren't equipped to remove these pharmaceuticals. And here is a video that we made. Wow. Hopefully. Still going. Hopefully they can't really. Alright. The ecosystem is exposed to these drugs as well. Medical science is mainly concerned about the creation of superbugs from prolonged exposure to even low levels of antibiotics. The experts studying this issue are worried that these microorganisms could become resistant to antibiotic treatment. Fish are also affected by this, and exposure to these drugs can cause hormone deficiencies. In a University of Arizona study, fish immersed for 3 months in wastewater from Jim Doyle's treatment plant had altered genes and had 5 times more hormones of the opposite sex than of their own.
Found on page 178, prisoners abuse water as well. Prisoners flush their toilets multiple times per hour to flood their cells. Some inmates flush their toilet many more times than 100 times a day. California has 34 prisons housing more than 173,000 prisoners. That's a lot of water down the drain. Prisons have made toilets with a valve that only allows the toilet to be flushed twice in 5 minutes or 3 times per hour. Restaurants are also a major water waster. On page 173, a restaurant uses misters to keep an area cool. A home misting system uses 60 gallons per hour. Now imagine how many gallons per hour a restaurant uses to keep an area cool for 50 people. Also in Arizona, there is a big giant fountain that they have that shoots water 560 feet high. The fountain uses 2,000 gallons of water per shot. That's a lot of waste.
Here are 3 ways to conserve water in your household. One way is a low-flow toilet that only uses 1.28 gallons per flush, or a low-flow shower head which only delivers between 3 to 1.5 gallons per minute while keeping the same pressure as a normal shower head. Another way is a sprinkler timer which saves water to evaporation. Now here's a quick video that shows how much water a low-flow toilet saves while staying just as efficient as a higher gallon toilet.
Did you know that there are high-performing toilets that flush on just 1.28 gallons of water? So what? How much difference could that really make? Good question. You know those half-liter water bottles that we all buy for about $1 a piece? Did you know that it takes 27 of these bottles? 27 of these bottles every time you flush your old 3.5-gallon toilet. No! If you have a newer toilet, it flushes on only 1.6 gallons of water per flush. That's only 12 of these half-liter bottles. That's 15 fewer half-liter bottles than it took to flush that old 3.5-gallon toilet. That's a big step. That's less than half of the water you're using before. Now, if you choose to get a high-performing 1.28 gallon per flush toilet, like this Cadet 3 Flowwise, it uses a little more than 9.5 of these bottles. That's 20% less water used on each and every flush than you were using on your 1.6 gallon per flush toilet. So it works. How much water can you really save? An average family of 4, if each member flushes the toilet 5 times a day. Here's how much water they would save over a 1.6 gallon toilet using the 1.28 gallon per flush Flowwise. It's 48 bottles of water a day. That's 17,520 of these bottles each and every year. All right, now you know what to do. American Standard, setting the standard in flushing performance.